If you're a parent and you want more time, more freedom, and more income, but you don't want to waste time on side hustles that never pay off, this video is for you. Today, I'm breaking down the best online business ideas for moms and dads in 2025, the ones that actually work and fit around your family life. Let's go. All right, let's jump right in with our first business model, one of my favorites, and that is going to be a done for you service. Simply, this is just you offering a service to some kind of customer, something you could do for them. This is typically going to save them time or save them money. And that's kind of the outcome you want to offer. But the reason that I like a done for you service is because you can charge a lot of money, right? Typically, when you're doing something for someone and you're not like teaching them to do it, you're not providing, resources in that way, you can charge a lot more. Typically, a done for you service is going to be, depending on what it is, it might be $1,000, $2,000, could be $5,000 or $10,000. So I like that you can charge a lot of money. I also like that you don't need a lot of customers, right? So I think this is a great business model, a great business idea for anyone who's really needing to make income quickly. This is going to be the easiest way to get started, is just doing something for someone else that they need, figuring out a service they need. I mean, this could be as simple as, you hear about the businesses that go around and pick up the dog poop. Like, it could literally be that as a service that you could offer. It could be anything, but typically these are easy to get started. You can charge a lot of money and you don't need a lot of customers for it to be impactful, right? If you need $5,000 a month to get out of your 9-to-5 job, figure out what service you can offer. $10,000 a month and you can offer a $2,000 service. You only need 5 customers to be able to get to that $10,000 per month mark. So I love done for you services for those reasons. Now, the downside to a done for you service, it does take a lot of time. And so it's not as scalable, but for getting started and figuring out, one of the best business models to get you out of your 9-to-5, get you to where you want to be, a done for you service is definitely the way to go. Okay, number 2 is an affiliate site and an email list. Okay, now this is a really simple business model. And I first want to start by saying I have made so much money. I don't say that braggingly. I've made so much money from being an affiliate. Hey, if you're a parent and you're getting value out of this video, I want to invite you to go get a free personalized online business idea and launch plan from our free AI Freedom Plan Generator software tool that I just created for parents like you. If you just go over to plan.builtbyparents.com, it'll take about 3 to 5 minutes. You'll answer a few questions, and our AI will create you a personalized plan based on our freedom framework that will help you figure out what idea and product to build, how to package it, and how to get it out to people, and so people will see it, how to market it and promote it. So if you want to go get your free personalized plan, just go over to plan.builtbyparents.com. I'll leave that link in the description. It should be right there at the top. Back to the video. Now, I haven't had a direct affiliate business, like my business hasn't been affiliating, but it's been a part of my businesses for the last 6 years. And so what an affiliate is basically recommending products or services that you believe in or use to your ideal customer, okay? So you're simply just referring people to a product, a service, a business, and they're giving you a commission. Now, I like this because for a couple of reasons, but one of the reasons I like this is you don't need a product. You literally don't have to come up with a product, right? And that makes it really attractive. You don't have to actually sell anything. You just sell somebody else's thing, right? You don't have to create something of your own. That's really cool. Another reason I really like affiliate products is you don't have to handle customer issues. One of the parts of having a business, any kind of business, is dealing with customer problems, refunds, returns, cancellations, all those kind of things. When you're an affiliate, because it's not your business, you don't have to deal with those customer issues, right? So it's really attractive. In my case, I'm often recommending software to other business owners or aspiring entrepreneurs that I've used and that I've got value out of, that I believe they can also get value out of. And typically there's gonna be a couple different payout models for affiliate offers. Now, a lot of software is going to, not all, but it's going to offer you somewhere in the range of 30 to 50% ongoing commissions. Now, what that means is if they're charging $99 per month for software, that means you're going to get somewhere around $40 per month ongoing every month. Now, it's crazy. Think about this. You could go start your own, product that you charge $40 per month for, and you'd have a bunch of costs and overhead and all that stuff. And maybe you collect, it's a digital business. Maybe you collect $20 or $30 per customer per month. That's pretty cool, right? Or you could not build anything and you could just tell people, go use this other software that's $100 per month, and you could get $40 per month from that. That's pretty crazy, right? And you don't even have your own product. Now, some other softwares, they might have a different format of payment. For instance, there's a software that I recommended for years that cost $39 per month. And what they would pay me was $150 flat fee for anyone who actually paid their first month. Now, that was a really good deal. Not as great as ongoing every month, but it was nice because if I had a customer, I referred a customer that signed up to that software on a free trial, and then they actually converted over to a paying customer. They only had to pay $39, and I would actually get $150 from that. So a lot of times, these software companies will pay you, a bigger fee just to get them a customer, because they know that customer is going to pay. They're going to stay for, let's say, 3 or 6 or 12 months, right? So they know they'll make that money back over time, and they're okay losing some of that money. So as I mentioned, these are some of the reasons why it's such an attractive business model. And I briefly want to talk about how you would actually do this. Now, really the only thing, and it's easier said than done, but the only thing you need to make an affiliate site or an affiliate business model work is you need an audience, right? You're typically going to need some kind of audience, whether that's YouTube or that's Instagram or TikTok, or maybe it's even just, you're able to build an email list. Typically, you need an audience to get them to the email list. But in today's world, if you start to build even a small following on, say, like a YouTube, right? I'm doing this here on this YouTube channel. If you start getting a few followers, a few subscribers, views on your videos, and you provide value to them and you demonstrate these products and services, they will oftentimes use your affiliate link to sign up, and then you'll get that commission. And you don't need like a huge audience for this to be pretty impactful, right? You just need a few people a month signing up, especially if you're getting recurring commissions. This can be really powerful. And as I mentioned, over the years, I've referred thousands and thousands of people to different softwares that I use and I believe in, and I've been able to make at least in the multi-six-figure range just from affiliate offers over the past 5 or 6 years. Okay, my number 3 business model is one-to-one coaching for a niche skill you already have. Okay. So I like one-to-one coaching. It's not my favorite business model, but it is really, really good for a number of reasons. Now, one of the things is oftentimes you can turn a done-for-you service into a coaching offer. Now, a coaching offer is still going to be pretty high. You can still charge a lot of money. Now, you're not typically going to charge as much as you would charge for a done-for-you service, but there is a progression here. And, typically you're going to go from a service, which is going to be the highest value. So let's actually map this out just real quickly, and then we'll come back. So let's say you're offering a done-for-you service, and it is $3,500, right? You're going to charge a business $3,500 to do that service. And then you say, well, I'm doing this service. Now I just want to coach these business owners on how to do it. That one-to-one coaching might be $2,000, right? So it's less money than that done-for-you service. Then at some point, there's a progression. You might want to turn that into a course or some kind of like they do it themselves, right? So we'll just say course/do it yourself. This is where you can teach a lot of people at once, right? And that might be $1,000, right? So you see there's a progression here, but the cool thing is that all of these things here are going, you're going to be able to serve more people as you go up this ladder. So let's actually just space these out a little bit, and we'll just put some little arrows here. So this is going to be like the lowest amount of people. This is going to be a few more, but you're still going to be limited by your time. But the course is going to be like the most amount of people that you can get, the easiest, I guess, right? So you can sell it to a lot of people, right, as you go up the scale. Okay, let's go back up here. So one-to-one coaching for a niche skill you already have. You can still charge a lot of money. Now, here's what's cool related to a service. It's less time intensive than a done-for-you service, but it's still very time intensive, right? You are still trading time for money. Okay. So it's better than a done for you service because you don't actually have to do the work. You can just tell somebody how to do it, right? How to do something. But it still can be very time intensive, and it still can be, it's not super scalable because you're offering your time specifically. They want you, for that coaching. Now, this is interesting because a done-for-you service could be more scalable than maybe a one-to-one coaching, because you could hire out a team and you could actually keep providing that service to a lot more people at once. Whereas with one-to-one coaching, you're going to need somebody that can teach your knowledge, your framework, your system, and be able to do some of that one-to-one coaching for you. Okay. So it's interesting. This is a lot of facets to this, but I do think one-to-one coaching for a niche skill you already have is a great option. You can still charge a lot of money. It's very easy to set up and get clients, right? There's not a lot that you need. You don't need a big audience. You don't need those kind of things. You don't need a lot of software, a lot of tools. Literally jump on Zoom, charge them whatever you want to charge, and just teach, right? And it can be very simple. So this might be more attractive to some parents, something that I've done over the years, a lot of. It might be more attractive to some parents than a service, than a done-for-you service, because it's a different kind of work, right? Teaching and coaching as opposed to actually doing the work yourself. It's a totally different kind of work. And so I like it a lot. Okay, let's move on to our number 4 business idea here for 2025 for moms and dads. I love this one. It's going to be a paid community or group in a niche. Okay, this is, to me, this is the new digital course. Shouldn't even call it that, but the new digital course strategy. Let's talk about this a little bit, and I want to make some more videos on this. But back in, I would say, like 2017 to like 2022, okay, like somewhere in that range, especially when COVID hit, pretty much everybody was putting out a digital course. And a digital course is just essentially a bunch of video lessons, and I could build that, or you could build that, and you could just sell it to somebody and they would just do it on their own. And there's not a lot that you have to do as a business owner to support them, right? You just sell the course and it is what it is. That strategy is dead, in my opinion. It works to some degree for some people, but what people are looking for now is they're looking for community. They don't want a bunch of video lessons. They want cohorts, right? Which is just a group of people going through it together, maybe doing it live, right? They want real-time feedback. They want support, right? They want those things. They don't want just a bunch of videos. So what's working today is the paid community / course hybrid. And that's really what I'm talking about here. So we would say like community, resources, video course hybrid, right? Something like that. That's kind of what's working. Now, there's a bunch of different platforms to do this. My favorite right now is School. We've created a school group called Built by Parents, same name as here in the channel. You can check it out at builtbyparents.com. So school is really, really cool. There's also platforms like Circle, there's Mighty Networks. There's also more robust platforms, but have their own problems like Kajabi, different things like that. You've got ClickFunnels, you've got Go High Level, just lots of different platforms to do similar things, but also very different. Go High Level, Kajabi, ClickFunnels, they're entire marketing suites, website suites, but some of those have communities built in. What I would recommend in getting started with this, right, because we're looking for the best business ideas to kind of start quickly, get that revenue going in, is I would recommend something like School, Circle, or Mighty Networks, because you can create a paid community and then you can put inside of there PDFs, tools, videos, and then also obviously you can post and engage and answer questions, do live streams. Those kind of things are probably going to be the best inside of like a School, a Circle, a Mighty Network, something like that. So that's kind of what I would recommend. But I like a paid community or group based on a niche because it's infinitely scalable for the most part. You're not direct coaching, you're not direct providing a service, so it's less time intensive. This is going to be probably my favorite because it's going to create that time freedom, right? You're going to have so much more time to spend with your children, right? And to spend with your family and to go on trips or do things that you love. And it can be very scalable and make a lot of money. The range in price can be all over the place, right? It can be as low as $9, $19 a month, or it could go up to $500, $600 a month, depending on the niche you're in, what you're teaching, what the promise is of that group. It can have a very wide range, but I love this. And this is really how, I've had success over the last 6 years through my previous digital course business. I actually sold it about four months ago. And that's why I'm starting this. But that's how I've had so much success, made multiple millions of dollars, is through having a community, resources, and a video course together, right? Creating this community of people on the same path and creating support and live calls and those kind of things. That's how I've made the majority of money that I have. But like I said, there's also a progression here. So we talked about down here, a course or do it yourself, right? So if we just take this arrow, we put it down here, right? You're watching this video and you're like, well, should I start with a paid community? Maybe. Should I start with a one-to-one coaching? Maybe. But there is a progression, right? You can start with a done-for-you service. And what that's going to do is that's going to get you proof, testimonials, success stories that can be used to then sell your coaching or then to sell people into a paid community or some kind of digital course hybrid, right? So those kind of work together. It's a progression, and these all serve a purpose, right? You get so much experience, you get better at what you do. People give you testimonials. It is a progression. I would highly encourage a lot of people to start here with a done-for-you service, progress into coaching, and then progress into a paid community or course or hybrid, or possibly a group coaching offer. But that's kind of what I would recommend. All right, so that was actually number 4. The number 5 and the final business idea for moms and dads, it might come as a shock. It might sound a little bit out of left field for some people, but just hear me out. Stick with me until the end. You're going to love it. And that is a micro SaaS or tool. So first of all, a lot of people watching this, if you're a parent, you might not be a techie person. I totally understand that. And so you might not even know what I'm talking about when I say a micro SaaS or tool here. So let's talk about this. This is actually creating a piece of software, okay? I know it sounds scary. The world that we come from, if you're around my age, I'm 30, just turned 36. If you're anywhere in my age, your low 30s to anywhere above that, like you came from a world where you had to be a software engineer. You had to have tons of funding and those kind of things to be able to build a software, but you actually don't need any of that anymore. And the reason for that is because AI is crazy. AI is insane. Okay. So let me talk through this a little bit. Creating a piece of software. Now you might be like, no way. What are you even talking about? Just hear me out. Over the last, I would say just this year, 2025, or about, 8-ish months into the year, new tools have come out. New software has come out that allows you to just talk to it in a conversation, like ChatGPT and those kind of, not those tools specifically, but other tools have come out that are like that, where you can talk to it in regular plain English and it will create pieces of software for you, working pieces of software. It's crazy. And there's a ton of tutorials on YouTube about this, and I'm going to be putting out more tutorials because I love this business model. And I just really discovered this towards the end of last year into the beginning of 2025. And I've watched it over the course of this year get so much better. And I've actually been able to build multiple software tools with 100% AI. And I don't have any coding experience. No, I don't know how to do this stuff, but I've been able to build them 100% with AI. And I've built software tools that have actually made a lot of money this year, just from using AI. And it's wild. It is crazy. Okay. And again, you can speak to these tools in plain English. So you can prompt in plain English and it will build a working software tool. Okay. Now you might be asking, where do I even go to check this out if you're not familiar with this? There are a number of tools that you can try for free to actually do this. And so I would encourage you just to go to one of these websites, put in a prompt for a tool, and just see what it does. The one that I use the most is called Bolt.new, and I've been using it for probably about 6-7 months. It's my favorite one because I think it makes the best looking software. You can also use this for a lot of different other things, but we're talking specifically about software. But I think it makes the best looking software, and it's really easy to use. Like I said, you can start for free. There's other ones called Lovable. There's also Replit. These are a few that you can check out where you can create web-based software just by prompts. So I'd encourage you to go check these out. Now, why would I say this is a great business model in 2025? Specifically, I want to speak to a micro SaaS, a micro software. Now, what a micro SaaS is, it is simply building a piece of software for a small specific problem or pain point that you want to fix, right? You're not trying to create this big elaborate software. Even with these tools that are amazing, it's going to be really difficult for somebody who's not a coder, not a software engineer, to be able to create some really elaborate software. But if you identify a niche and you identify a customer that has a specific problem that you could help them fix with a piece of software, that's called a micro SaaS, right? And you might charge somewhere between, let's say, $10 per month up to, we'll just say $100 per month, right? Let's not get too crazy, or you could definitely charge more than that depending on the issue, but you might charge somewhere in that range. And this is a great way to create recurring revenue. If you can identify a problem that you can fix with a micro tool, a micro piece of software, and then you can build it out with AI, it's going to have let's type this out. It's going to have very minimal overhead. It's going to cost next to nothing to build, right? And it's going to be infinitely scalable. I can't spell. Infinitely scalable, right? It's a tool that people can just sign up for and pay, and you're just going to make a ton of money, right? You can make a ton of money. You need a way to sell it, obviously. But I think it's a really strong business idea in 2025 because of how easy it's become. And I would definitely encourage you to go check it out because I've gotten obsessed with it. And like I said, I've been able to build some software that's made a ton of money. So I'd highly encourage you to go check that out. So just a quick recap on these 5 business ideas for moms and dads, online business ideas, 2025. Number 1, a done-for-you service. Number 2, an affiliate site, email list. Number 3, one-to-one coaching for a niche or skill you already have. Number 4, a paid community or group in a niche, maybe a course/community/live call hybrid. And number 5 is a micro software or tool. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, hit the subscribe button. More videos coming your way soon. See you soon.